whole band and they play real music and you feel like you're in Nashville, right? And then you walk outside, you're like, no, we're not in Nashville. The sky's crying because the Sixers just lost. But I just think it's so cool. Let me stand over here so I'm not in your way. Okay. Because that's rude if I'm like blocking the drummer. Wait, so say hi. What's your name?
I'm Devin.
Okay. And obviously we know this is Drew, but just say hi.
Hi.
And
hi,
then what's your
everybody.
name? Do you have a microphone?
Yeah, sure. I'm Richie.
Nice. Have you guys been friends for a while?
We have been friends for a long time.
You have?
Yeah.
How long?
So me and Devin's played with me for 6 years now.
Really?
We're both originally from Southern Illinois, about an hour from each other.
Are you Bulls fans?
We're
No.
Cardinals fans. We don't really get much in the NBA.
Okay.
It's too far away. Chicago's too far away from us.
Okay. I grew up a Cardinals fan.
Oh,
That's a story
nice.
for another day, but basically Stan Musial played for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
My pop-up's name was Stanley, so they thought he had two Polish guys in Major League Baseball, and my whole family became Cardinals fans.
Oh, I love
But
it.
now I'm kind of a Phillies fan because I lived in Philly for a long time, so
You guys got a
I
great
try to
team
make
this
that
year.
quick.
You guys are stacked.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
got a good team.
So that's cool. Okay, so you guys know each other for 6 years.
Yeah.
Okay, and then how about you guys?
So Richie, we've probably known each other for probably 3 years, 3 or 4. Yeah. So Richie used to play drums for my roommate. I know this is crazy, but he used to play drums for my roommate, and our drummer was also. When we started, our whole band was from Illinois. We were all, my guitar player. We played in cover bands in high school together, and
That's fun.
we ended up moving to Nashville, and our drummer didn't want to play anymore. She moved back up to Illinois, and we asked Richie to play with us. And Richie's been with us for like over a year now, and we've had a lot of fun. We've known each other for 3 or 4 years, and it's been awesome.
Yeah, and you just like travel in planes, trains, and automobiles, right?
Yeah. So like the first year, he came on and played. I mean, I bought a Sprinter van, which is like a miniature bus.
Yeah.
It's like we put bunks in it, and we put we got bunks, couches, TVs. We hooked the PlayStation up and game pretty hard
Yeah.
on long trips. But it's a lot of fun. We're really blessed that we get to play music. It's probably what we've all wanted to do growing up. I know it was what I wanted to do, and you get to play music with your friends is exciting.
I just picture that you guys are just like sitting in the back of the bus and you're like, yeah, all right, let's jam. You got some like cans and maybe a bucket. Is that like how it happens?
I don't know. I feel like we're always singing and doing stupid stuff
Yeah,
all
see,
the
that's
time.
so
I mean,
fun.
It is. It is a lot of fun, and I know it's even more fun when you get to do it with, like I said, with your buddies.
Yeah.
People that you know. I mean, me and Devin started playing in this band before we had anything. I mean, we didn't have a booking agent. We didn't have a label. We didn't have. We were playing in little corner bars in Southern Illinois.
Right.
When we had to travel an hour. We were like, oh my gosh, this is the farthest travel we've ever done. This
Yeah.
is so cool. We got to get a room. We got to get a room tonight. We can't be able to drive back home. And so, looking back on that, and now we've, everybody, we've all had each other's. We all played the Opry for the first time together.
Ooh,
We've
when was that?
Oh, that was in 2016. We played the
Yeah.
Opry for the first time, and that was really awesome. It's just like you kind of. It's my name. It's Drew Baldridge, but I've had guys along my path in my band that's just been so much to me. And these guys have worked so hard. They've worked they've worked harder than I have, loading on stage, loading off stage, and I'm really thankful for them.
Yeah, and I think that it's like coworkers, right? So everybody has coworkers, and coworkers make your job better or worse, right?
Yeah.
And so like you guys probably spend a little bit more time together, but do you ever see that meme about coworkers and you're like, hey, do you ever hang out outside of work? No, but do you know my bank account and my dating life and how I fought with my mother last week? Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's cool that and they give you that energy.
Yeah, totally. And I want to say we're like family. I mean, in 2016 and 2017, I was more with my guys than I was anybody in my family. We did 150 shows
Wow.
a year, and so I was with these guys way more. I mean, they know everything about me, way too much. Probably they could definitely
You just
hold
keep it
some
in the
things
back of your
against me.
mind
Yeah.
for when when you're winning all those Grammys and you're like, hey, we need a raise.
Yeah. It's
Okay, so you have a new addition in your life that I
do.
just saw on your Instagram.
I got a new puppy Saturday.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So cute.
So me and my girlfriend, we've been dating for 3 years, and when I'm out on the road, she's like, I would just really like to have something, to cuddle, ball. You know how girls are. Yeah. And so we started looking online, and she found this this Shih Tzu. I call it a Shih Tzu. It's a Shih Tzu and a Poodle mix, and so and it's like 2 pounds, and it's a little bitty, and so I got home last week. We're on radio tour, so Monday we were in St. Louis, Tuesday Chicago, Wednesday Minneapolis, Thursday Denver, Fort Collins. So we're like in a city, different city every day. I fly home Friday, I sleep Friday. She wakes me up Saturday, and she's like, "Let's go get this dog. It's 5.5 hours away." I'm like, "Okay, great. Let's go get this dog." And so went and got him. His name's Remington. He's awesome. He's little bitty. Only supposed to get 6 to 7 pounds, I think. So I grew up on a farm, and so all our dogs all had a purpose. It was like, you hunt, or they're outside, keep the cats away, or whatever, and so this is my first inside dog, so we'll see.
Wait, that's
we'll
so
see
funny.
how this goes.
I just went to see Trevor Noah 2 weekends ago, and he's from South Africa, and he does this whole bit about how white people love dogs, and how like when his best friend lives in North Carolina, and he was like, "There's dogs in the house," and his best friend was like, "Oh God, thank God, I thought they got outside." And he's like, "What do you mean? Like, don't dogs live outside?" And it's like exactly what you were saying. It's hilarious about how a lot of people aren't used to, like, we love dogs. We treat them like children.
I know, it's so funny. So I grew up in a town of 580 people. It's like really small, graduated with
smaller
22
than my
kids.
town. Did you have stoplights in your town?
We didn't have any. No.
My town didn't have stoplights either.
Yeah, so it was so small, and so it's so funny when my parents come to Nashville. I moved down to Nashville at 19. I've been there for about 8 years. And so when my mom comes down, she's just like, I remember she told me last month, she goes, "Man, people here really love their dogs. I mean, everybody's walking a dog everywhere." And I'm like, yeah, because it's like where we come from, they're just outside. They're just roam. They're barking at your tire. It's not like a ton of inside dogs, but they're everywhere in Nashville. People love their animals.
So let's talk about, I could talk about 1,000 things, and people are like, "What about the music?" I'm like, "Oh, right, that's why we're here." So talk a little bit about where you get your inspiration from, and like, first of all, how when you were a kid, did you always know you wanted to do this?
I wouldn't say, I always sang. I grew up singing in church is where I started, and I played a lot of sports. I was going to go to baseball. I was going to go to college on a baseball scholarship, and but that whole time I was playing music. And
You could have been the next Bryce Harper. Instead, you're here.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
But it was always in me. Music was always in me. I started playing country music probably when I was 17, picked up a guitar and started playing in the local bars and things like that. And I moved down to Nashville at 19 with, no plan B. This is what I gave everything up at 18. I was like, I'm going to play music. I felt like I had a calling. I felt like God was calling me to do this, and I just really believed that. And, when I moved to Nashville, I always told myself I want to write songs about where I come from. I want to tell stories, and that's what country music is about, is telling stories. And I feel like this next record, we've been working really hard on it and writing, and, this whole record is, I try to relate it. I try to relate it to small town life, and if I've been through it, I feel like y'all have been through it. And, we have so many songs. We probably got 5 or 6 that we really, really love for the record cut so far, and all of them really tell a story. They're really relatable. They put you in the song, and that's what we wanted to do with this music.
Do you run songs? Is there anybody or any people in particular that if you're feeling it, you run it by them and say, like, do you feel it in your soul? Like, do you think this is a hit? Like, what's your process with that?
So I have different, like, one of my best friends I grew up with, his name's Nick Beard, and he's just the goofiest guy I've ever met. But he's like, country is a horse turd. He's super country. So anything, like, I get that's like where I grew up at, I always send it to him first. He always says, "This sucks, bud," or "Hey, bud, that's really good. That's pretty good." And so I try it out on him, and I have one of my cousins. I always try to send it to people that are removed from the music industry, because I feel like that's the best judge. And because a lot of times in the music industry, we're so jaded by songwriters and just writing so much that you almost overlook how easy a song can be written.
Right.
And so I send it to my cousin. If it's a little more girl-oriented, she's a little more on that vibe than I am. And she tells me if it's terrible or if she likes it or if it's just okay. And it's really nice to have those people to bounce off of, to people that are removed. And what we did, too, with this music is we did some testing on the 4 songs. We put them out to Spotify and didn't tell anybody. And just like
that's cool.
Organically, we put one out. Each one we had out for 2 weeks. So we put it out for 2 weeks, removed it. Put the next one out for 2 weeks, removed it. And we wanted to just see which one organically reacted the most, with nobody posting, nobody doing anything. We had one of the songs get double reaction. Like in 2 weeks, had like 400,000 streams, and like
Wow.
12,000 saves.
And you're like, yes.
I know, I was pumped. I'm like,
Yeah.
let's do this. Let's go.
That's
and so now
awesome.
we're coming out here on a radio tour and, to play the music. And we wouldn't say that we're going to let Spotify pick the single because that's not what we're wanting to do. We have 3 songs that we really like and we want to come to radio and bring them to radio and play them for you guys, the guys with the ears at radio to see what you think would work best on your station. And, we have, of course, I know Spotify is so different from terrestrial radio. They're 2 different audiences completely. And so we're coming out here with 3 songs that we think could be the single. We're going to play 4 today because this other one I just love so much I got to play for you. And so, yeah, we're coming out here to radio and to see what you guys think of the music and to see if one song trumps the other.
That's awesome. What do you feel more comfortable doing? Is it writing and being in that room and constructing songs, or do you like performing?
I love performing. I mean, it's just in me. I'm an entertainer.
What's your sign? When's your birthday?
A Leo.
Me too. When's your
Nice.
birthday?
July 29th.
That's my birthday.
No way.
I
Give me
swear
some
to
love.
God. Oh my
We
God.
could be twins and we don't even know it.
Totally.
love
St.
that.
Louis Cardinals in the same birthday. I mean,
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah,
That's so weird.
that's hilarious.
I love that.
Yeah, so I love performing, but I also
get it,
really
me
like
too.
songwriting. I love songwriting. I love being in the studio. I love recording music. I love telling stories. And, I feel like if you're in there writing songs, you can really tell the story. I mean, on this record, we cut a couple outside things too, but you really can't figure out who you are as an artist unless you're really writing the music. I believe that. And so going in there and writing and, it's like lifting weights. Every time you write a song, you get a little stronger and you keep working that muscle. It's going to get there.
Yeah, and I feel like now that I know that you're a Leo, we are very passionate people, and
Oh,
we're
yeah.
very loving people, and so I feel like that cuts through a lot.
Well, I hope so. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. All right, before you play, I like to ask some fun questions. What's the last song that you downloaded
Oh, shoot.
or stole?
Or stole. I'm trying to think of what
Is there
it would
any
be.
song like you're obsessed with right now? It could be an old song.
Probably, I really like supporting my buddies.
Okay.
And, anytime they put out music, I just always, my buddy Ray Fulcher put out some new music. My buddy Adam Sanders put out some new music.
Yeah.
So I always just go and buy whatever they put out,
That's
know.
cool.
So, so I just go and get their music whenever it comes out.
What is the last show you binge watched?
Oh, I'm in Game of Thrones right now pretty hard.
Are you caught up or are you like behind?
Oh, no, I'm in it.
Okay.
I watched
you're
it last night
Yeah.
before flying out this morning.
Okay, good. You're
Yeah,
right.
if you watched it last night, you can't
Did
say
you?
anything because Devin didn't watch it last
You
night.
didn't watch it?
But it's like you don't know what to think. If you watched it last night, you're like, oh, cool. It's like, oh, I don't know, that's cool. But yeah, I watched that, and my girlfriend, she loves that. What is it, Big Little Lies or something
yeah.
like that?
Well, that's coming back for season 2.
Yeah,
in a
she's
couple
pumped up
weeks.
about that. So
But that's cool. That was a
Yeah.
cool thing because it's like, what happened? you
yeah,
know?
exactly. It
Game of
leaves you on the
Thrones
edge.
it's just too much going on.
There's
It's like,
a lot going on. That's why I like it. I think.
I think Torrey Smith, who used to play for the Eagles, who now plays for the Carolina Panthers, put a hilarious tweet out, and he was like, "Whoever wrote Game of Thrones is a pervert." And I was like, "That's hilarious." What is the last meal you cooked?
The last meal I cooked.
Yeah.
Last night I cooked pork chops on the
You
grill.
did?
Yeah.
Yum.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So I just bought a house like a month ago, which has been like a huge change and super awesome. So thank you very much. As soon as I bought a house, being a man, what do you do next? You buy a grill. Because, I rented so long in Nashville. As soon as I bought a house, it's like, oh my gosh, when you're renting, you can't have a grill because the blah, 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 the people won't let you. Da, da, da. So I just went and bought my own grill, and I was pumped. So I grill like every time I'm home, chicken, steaks, pork chops. I love it. I love cooking on the
Maybe you could do a cookbook.
Yeah. Well, I'm
A
not that
grill.
good of a cook. Most of it's burnt, and
All right.
I'm learning still.
It's a process,
Yeah,
right?
it is.
All right, you're gonna sing for us.
I
Thank
am.
you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And birthday twin. This
I
is
know.
awesome.
This is awesome. I love it.